it's Frank here, and today, as you can see, we're going to take a look at, oh my god, big surprise, MonsterArts Godzilla. Now, you've probably seen a ton of reviews already on this guy. Like, just guaranteed. You have, if you've been part of the fandom for like a month now, you have to have at least seen one video of this, one video. So, rather than just being all like the others and praising this thing for 10 minutes, I'm going to try and be a little, more critical than most people would be. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this look at the figure in a different perspective. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about the box, and it's a fucking box. Who cares? It's a box. It holds your figure, and it looks pretty. Like, seriously. It's a box. Who cares? It just, pictures. Yeah, awesome. You guys, I swear to God, you guys spend way too much time looking at the boxes. So the figure, yeah. MonsterArts Godzilla, ooh, so awesome. Yeah, a lot of us have been waiting for this, for a long time. I know I, was jumping for joy and hitting the roof when I saw this thing, revealed. And I was there for basically the whole time, all the production shots, all the prototypes they showed. And the final product, pretty good, but the original prototype they showed, it just looked better. The spines are a little more white, and the face sculpt, well, not the sculpt, but the paint job was just way better. Okay, so this figure obviously released, the first figure of its kind, and it's the Heisei Godzilla. A lot of people don't care for the Heisei figures, they think the monsters are too big and bulky to be having these super articulated figures. Fuck it, I don't care. I grew up with Heisei Godzilla, and so this suits me just fine. This is like, the figure I've been waiting for a long time. I mean, we got this for how many years? And, I still like this figure, I love it for nostalgia reasons and just, because, Heisei Godzilla. But, this is over and done with. That era's, long since passed. And it's time we moved on to something a little more new. So, a lot of you obviously want, the basics, so I'll just get to the normal stuff. He is 6" tall, so for a lot of us who are kind of freaking out, like, oh, how tall is this going to be? Is it going to be Revoltech small, or is it going to be, 6 inches but too small? It's just right. Just perfect. Tail. This is what I like about the figure. They keep the tail, intact in terms of size. It's pretty accurate to the movie. It's like about 12 inches long from head to tail, or toe, whatever. Yeah, he's like 12 inches long. So, good length. And it's, very posable with, made up of different sections, as you can see. Just really awesome. Some pieces can turn, but really it's just meant to kind of wiggle back and forth. It can do what you need it to do, so that's cool. Up and down. It can't really do the S shape, but close. Whatever. So posability, you guys know what the posability is. I'm just going to go over it real quick. This piece can jiggle around a little, so you can go from here to here we go to the first flaw of your oh so precious monstrous figure that everyone keeps creaming their pants over. The head pops out really easily. It pops in really easy too, but that's kind of annoying. It's like I was trying to say, he can look down like this, or come on, fuck, look up like this. Yeah, that's about as much as he can go. So yeah. Obviously, arms, shoulders, biceps, they all move and rotate. The hands, bit of a disappointment. They only go back and rotate. They can't, move forward like down, like the Ultra Gomora can. That's a little annoying. Usually I just keep him in his, regular pose. Mouth, of course, can move. It's on a weird joint, so it kind of can turn a little like that. So I don't know why they had it like that. Gomora had this problem too, but yeah. It might not always be straight when you open the mouth, so, yeah. Head can rotate, do all sorts of crazy things, look around, and fall out, yeah, again. So yeah, a lot of posability. Legs, not so much. They can just kind of do this. I mean, how people get their figures to actually walk in stop motion, so never know. They rotate and everything. They, they do everything you pretty much need. They're all, swiveling joints and whatnot. You already saw the tail. It can do all that. Fantastic. And that's all you're going to get with the figure. Pretty good, but the design, Godzilla is limited by, his own design. He has all these joints, but he really can't do much with them because he's just such, big and bulky. But whatever. It allows for enough, expressions for Godzilla. You can have him in battle poses and kind of roaring at the sky, doing whatever. you know, like, oh shit, something's gonna come and swoop down on me, I better shoot my fire breath or whatever. And yeah, you can get some good, you know, tail whip action or whatever. So yeah, he's pretty good. I like, you know, the articulation on these things. That's obviously the highlight, but you know. Let's get the accessories out here. Now let me just go on record to say I hate these fucking accessories. They are, without a doubt, you know, dumbest idea they could have done for these figures. I mean, yeah. I mean, what is this? What is this? 3 flimsy pieces you got attached to each other, then attach to the mouth. Like, couldn't we just have this? What was so hard with this? Just stick it in the mouth, boom, you're done. But no, it's, you know, it doesn't. Well, that's being perfect. Fucking telemarketer. Any military veterans in your family? Fuck you. Anyway, getting a little real here. Sorry. I want this review to be interesting. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, the fucking, yeah, it goes in. Yeah, it fits, you know, it fits in fine. You know, it's actually, you know, you can't see. Yeah, it's actually molded to, you know, fit in the mouth, like, almost perfectly. That's kind of a neat deal. And we're right at this, you know, beam effect. It looks alright. I mean, yeah, but what else, how could you else possibly, you know, mold it? But my real problem with this is the color. I mean, look at that. It's just white with, you know, some blue here and blue here. Is that really the best they could do? I mean, if it were up to me, we would have taken, you know, a small white piece in the middle, semi-transparent, and have it layered, you know, inside the casing of a blue one that was semi-transparent, so you can get the blue and white effect and the proper shape and everything without having, you know, look at this. It looks like he's shooting, you know, he's shooting water. He's like vomiting water. Looks, just looks retarded. Alright, back here. So yeah, this is kind of a piece of shit. Okay, what's this? It's a stand. Of what? Well, apparently they're called radiation parts. Supposedly, you know, whenever Godzilla fires his breath, he kind of does it in, you know, up, down to up, you know, kind of like, shoo, and then it hits them. So maybe this would be like, you know, the after effects or shockwaves, but, you know, whatever. I can't stand this stand. Funny, yeah. I really can't. And this fucking thing, oh my god. This has got to be the worst idea. You know, I would have gladly bought this without the accessories. I just happened to get one that came with them, so here we are. Okay, this goes in here. Oh, look how stiff that is. Look. Oops. Yeah, it does not go in. It will not lock in. It just, you know, kind of holds there. So you just gotta pray that it holds. And you gotta bend it because it's too long. Yeah. Oops, I wonder if the mouth goes all the way up here. No. Not with this here. So you gotta stick it in. You gotta bend it. Because we're Tamashii nations and we can't come up with, you know, decent stands for our figures, so we just gotta make them shitty. Or something like that, I don't know. Look at this. It's a circle, and this is like, you know, not a circle. I don't know what that shape is. I'm in the middle of reviews here. It's not a circle, it doesn't fucking fit. So what the hell, man? Go in. Stay. Okay. Now you gotta find the peg hole on this thing. It's right here, actually, but yeah. You stick it in, hope it holds. You bend it, and it falls over. Yay. Gotta readjust. Will it hold? Yeah, except it's off-center. That looks great, doesn't it? Okay, stick it in the mouth. In there you go. And there's your fucking beam accessory. Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? And that's just setting it up. You want to reposition it? Fucking no. Not gonna happen. Let's see, can I actually... detached. Can I go up? Detach from his mouth. Let's adjust his mouth. Yeah, that looks kind of retarded. He's blasting something with this clear white stand and these radiation parts on the ground. Yeah, I dig that. I'm not being totally serious here. I appreciate what they're doing, and it kind of looks neat for like a display. Come on. Well, you just saw it right there. The whole thing fell apart. Godzilla fell apart right in front of your eyes. That was not scripted. You saw it here first. So yeah, thank you, Tamashii Nations. I'm glad I paid $70, $60 for this thing. your flimsy piece of shit accessories. Yeah, look at it, so bendy. Yeah, it's great. It arrived bent, and I had to bend it back into place. Love these things. Okay, accessory time over. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. Now, the paint job. Oh boy. I actually love the paint job of this guy. You know, he's got the proper charcoal gray. Look at him. He looks great. Now, the blue spines are kind of the seagull grayish color. They're not really silver or white even. Not even bone white. So it kind of makes you wonder where they were going. I mean, I personally don't care. I think that, you know, it looks great. But a lighter color would have been more accurate. And they kind of got this blue shade going on from head to, you know, up there to the tip of the tail. But whatever. It looks cool. I'm not, you know, I'm not dissing that. The claws and the toes are kind of inconsistently painted. You know, quality control. What's that? Seriously. Then you get the, whatever. You guys can see the paint. You know what it is. You have the fucking figures. Claws, they're peach colored. Teeth, I do like what they did though. It looks nicely colored, you know, red, yellow teeth, you know, for the mouth and stuff. What I can't really, you know, understand is what they did with the eyes. This is another example of quality control. We don't know what that is. Let me show you. Now that I've so easily beheaded Godzilla, let's show what I mean. So yeah, the mouth looks great. You can see everything. Hoop-de-doo. Very detailed, yeah. I love the face, and we'll say that. But the eyes are kind of, he's kind of going offside to, you know, I've seen some people with way worse paint jobs than this. But still, for $60, $70, $80 maybe even, depending on who you bought it from, you expect a little better than that. One side's looking forward, the other's kind of going off center. From any other angle, it really doesn't look bad. You know, but from that one angle, you can kind of notice it. And I've seen some people where there actually is yellow paint bleed on the top of, you know, near the eyelid, or under the eyelids. So it looks like he has a smaller iris, and it just looks lazy and ugly. I mean, it does capture the look really well, but, you know, I would have preferred if, you know, quality control. So many people were complaining about that when they first got theirs, that some even had to exchange theirs or repaint it. You know, that's kind of bad for $60, $70. But then you pay $60, $70 for something like this, and you do get some pretty good, it looks good. I'm at a loss for words. So yeah, check that out. Skin detail, how about that? Look at that. It looks just, no, it looks great. Especially the spine detail. Look at that. The dorsal spines, the plates, whatever you want to call them. They're just perfect, man. Look at that. Even got some skin up in here. Oh yeah, how about that? Look at that. That's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. And the tail, you know, you got it's all broken up into sections, you know. You can't really turn it down. You know, whatever. No one really does that anyway. So yeah, it looks great, man. Especially, you know, the head. That's really the important part. Thankfully, the eyes aren't too distracting of mine. And yeah, look at that. How's that? This is a beautiful figure. I will not lie. You know, all the other things I've said, I love the detail in this thing. It captures the look for your Heisei Godzilla very well. And it's pretty much my ideal Godzilla figure right now. Like, I have this sitting on my desk in my room, like, every day. So basically, not a day goes by where I'm not looking at this thing going, yeah, I own that. That's awesome. And so, yeah. I already talked about size comparisons, but another thing I want to go over is really the price. I've been saying again and again, $60, $70, what you're getting, quality control. But here's what I want to talk about. A lot of people, and especially a few I could name, not here, maybe later. Anyway, not few people are just really, really a little too over enthusiastic about these things. And I know a lot of you guys are really like, oh shit, super articulated fitters, this is so awesome, it's what I've been waiting for. Okay, I get that, you know, you got your Godzillas, they can, Mech Godzilla, Space Godzilla, all that stuff coming, King Ghidorah, Little Godzilla, blah, whatever. All super articulated, all incredibly well detailed, nice figures, top notch, they look great. Quality control, well, what you gonna do? Problem with these things. The prices they're asking. I'm not too comfortable with $60 to $70. I'm getting a figure that may or may not be, you know, perfect. There are people going around, you know, fanboys. Let's just say it. Fanboys. Yeah, fanboys. Too many people. One form or the other, there's that one guy. You know, the one guy. The one guy who's like, Man, these are so fucking awesome. I'm gonna replace all my vinyls with these things once they all come out. Oh wait, there was only like 4 of them out. Well, I'm sure they'll make other ones. Whatever. You know those people who are like, oh my god, what's this? You shouldn't even have it. Get rid of it. Replace it. Only these. You know, we got those people, the fanboys, the people who are just rubbing off to these things and just can't believe that we're getting them and that we're possibly going to get more. Well, I have a reality check for you guys. You remember a little company called Far East Monsters? Remember those guys? Yeah, the ones with the electronic statues? Weren't those awesome? They were going to make all the Destroyer monsters, the diorama. All the monsters, Mothra, Kumonga, Varan, Baragon, Minya, Rodan. They were going to have all of them in one big, set piece that was cut up into little, mini pieces. Each one could roar and light up, and they would all connect and create one huge diorama. And it was going to kick so much ass, and oh wait, what happened? Only 2 released. Godzilla and King Ghidorah. What happened? Company went bankrupt. Or, I don't know, they went somewhere, something happened. Line was canceled, we never heard from them again, and the line was dead. So what happened? Not enough people bought them, I guess. I really don't know, I couldn't tell you. That's my guess. So what happened was, what's happening with Tamashii Nations and Bandai and the MonsterArts line right now? They're selling well. But how far is that going to go? We know they're starting with the Heisei monsters. They're going to do a few. We have Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla. A lot of variation there, huh? Little Godzilla! Now we're getting Rodan and King Ghidorah. Alright. We got Mogera. We might get an Aggregate Destroyer. We don't know. It's a prototype. But Ultra Act and Tamashii Nations, remember those prototypes? Ultraman Hikari, Babalu Seijin, Rayon Express Gomora, Bolton 1. Yeah, what happened to those? I haven't seen them in a while. Well, that's my thing. We know these are, there are figures coming, and there might be more coming, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. People are already, planning ahead. We're going to get Showa monsters. We're going to get Millennium monsters. I can't wait to see an Ultra Act MonsterArts of this. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this. Well, guys, hold on. We're not even past, King Ghidorah is not even out yet, and you're already planning for Showa Heisei monsters, like Biollante? Biollante? Are you kidding me? A proper scale Biollante, are you fucking kidding me? You know how big that's going to be, how much space it's going to take up, how huge the box will be? You know how much it's going to cost? If this alone is $60, $70 shipped, how much do you think a fucking big-ass Biollante is going to cost? You out of your minds? Does anyone even think about this stuff? My god, the Bandai Biollante, that's like, cheapest you can get, probably like $120 shipped. In the box? Forget it. You're looking at way more. So how much is the big plastic one going to be? And before you guys say anything else, oh well, maybe they can't cost that much, right? Look at the X Plus Biollante. That thing, people make jokes that you would have to take a second mortgage out of your house to buy it. And there are very few people who actually acquired it. It's no joke. It's a joke, as in we laugh at it, ha ha, but that's the reality. We can't just look at this figure and go, okay, we're going to get more of this, and it's going to be this same quality and this same price. No. Bandai Biollante, it's already expensive. MonsterArts Biollante, forget it. I mean, it would be awesome if they did that, but there's a lot of factors going into that. They have to produce these things. They don't just come out of thin air. They have to acquire the materials to put the thing together, and Biollante may be a limited run. Who knows? That's a lot of materials to go into a figure. That's mass-produced. This Godzilla, 6 inches, 12 inches long, no big deal. They can do it, no problem. There are a lot of these coming out. They even had plans for one that didn't come with accessories. Have not seen it yet, so they obviously have the materials for the accessories. But Biollante, that's going to be huge. That's going to be a lot of plastic, a lot of joints that need to be, taken into account, a lot of paint. That's a lot of work for one figure. And you guys want them to mass-produce them? I don't see it happening. At least not in the sense where people will actually buy them. And there's a Tamashii poll where people can put any suggestion what they want, and Biollante is one of the highest bidders. Well, here's my thing. A lot of people are voting for Biollante, right? They want to see MonsterArts Biollante, huh? How many of you are actually going to lay down the money to buy one? Say it costs $150 at least. $150. Maybe $20 to ship it because it's so big. How many are you going to put out? Not many of you. A lot of you are just, you know, younger fans, just getting into it, or can only afford the vinyls every now and then. A lot of you don't have a job, or you don't have a job where you can actually, you know, you have other responsibilities. Food, bills, car. You're gonna spend, you know, that much money on a little toy? It just seems kind of ridiculous to me. I'm sorry I'm going off this long-winded rant here about this, you know, toy review I'm doing, but I really want to get my opinion out there because, you know, these fanboys kind of getting annoying, and I have a lot to say, you know? So, just where am I going with all this? Well, like I said before, you got your fanboys who are going like, oh, second coming of fucking Jesus, these figures, you know, they're gonna replace all the Bandai vinyls, you know, new era of Godzilla toys. No. No. You know what, I'm not gonna... Here's my problem. And my issue is not with the toys themselves. Let's make that very clear. This right here, I fucking love it. It's, you know, my favorite figure I currently own. It's just awesome. My problem has more to do with the hype and all the drama surrounding the line. If you haven't been a part of Toho Kingdom or Club Tokyo, you probably don't know what I'm getting at, but basically it sounds like this. Fanboys wanking off to this thing, normal people like me going, oh, I kind of see what you're coming from, but no. And then they lose their shit, and, you know, drama ensues. Oh, it's my opinion, I can say what I want. Oh, fuck you. You see this here? This is a vinyl figure. Nothing wrong with it. Could it be better? Yeah, it could be better, but it also could be worse. Vinyl figures are a tradition. I love them. I'm a vinyl kind of person. So there. This figure. Is it awesome? Yeah. Does it have flaws? A few. Yeah. Is it overpriced? You bet your ass it is. Is it awesome still? Yeah. My job, you know, everything about it is great. I love this figure. Articulation's great. You can do a lot with this guy. Maybe not a lot because of the stiff legs, but you can work around it. It's a great figure. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying it's bad. I fucking love it. But like I said earlier, this is going to be a more critical review. Not just, you know, because I like the toy, but also there are a few problems with it. And I have a few problems to say about a few certain fanboys. So there. I'm sorry if this is a different kind of review that you really didn't want to hear, but I have a lot to say about this line, and I didn't really get a chance to say it without some, you know, crybaby crying to a moderator or admin saying, oh, he's saying mean things, shut him up, and I have to have a mod wag their finger at me, you don't say those mean things, that's not nice, shut up. My YouTube channel, my video, I can say what I want, so fuck you guys. Just kidding. Here's my thing though. It's a super articulated toy line. Okay, yeah, that's cool, but people are acting like it's, you know, like the discovery of bread for a second time, you know. We've seen this before. I mean, do you know what a company, you know, the company McFarlane Toys does? Oh man, what's this? It's Halo's Reach, you know, the Halo Reach toy, George. But what's so awesome about this? Well, it's a super articulated toy just like MonsterArts Godzilla here. He comes with accessories, grenades. He's in scale with all the other toys in the line. There are a bunch of toys in the line, like countless. You know, he's posable. He's got all his articulation. He can pose different ways. He can stand, mostly. And he just has a nice paint job, good detail. It's a great little figure. So, what's my point? This guy's $10. I'm not kidding. You see this? He's everything this is. But he's $10. You can find him in any store. He's $10. Why is he $10? And why is this $60? This is super articulated, highly detailed toy. This is a super articulated, highly detailed toy. He features an excellent paint job and accessories. He features an excellent paint job and accessories. He's $10. He's $60. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. How can you charge $60 for this thing? And McFarlane Toys can charge $10 for a little run-of-the-mill, you know, we can crank this out anytime Halo Reach toy. I don't get it. That's my big issue. People, you know, rant and rave about these things. Some people for a while, you were saying, oh, these are gonna appear in Walmart stores. Yeah. They're going to be in Walmart and people are going to buy them? Are you fucking out of your mind? Who is going to walk into Walmart, see this, look at the price tag, and go like, yeah, $60 for that? Fucking sign me up. Huh. That kind of you know, if there was a person like that, they probably come with their own sign reading, I'm an idiot. Kick me. Or something like that, you know? You know, if these were sitting on a shelf together, $10, $60. The person's gonna go, why the fuck is this stupid little dinosaur toy $60? And why is this awesome, you know, super soldier $10? Fuck that, I'm getting this guy for my kid. You know, because this is $60 and it doesn't look like it's worth it, because here's, you know, about the same thing, just a different character, and it's like way less. So why? Why is Godzilla $60? Why is it $10? You know? Come on, people. Fuck, man. I'm going on too long about this. Well, here's another thing I want to talk about. People continue to talk, you know, this is so awesome, it's great, but here's another example. You want to say, oh, it's an American product, it doesn't count. Oh, what's this? Why, hello, Mechagodzilla by Jigoken, the Soul of Jigoken Mechagodzilla. What are you doing here? Oh, yeah, you're here to remind people how awesome you are. Yeah, you guys remember this guy? Soul of Jigoken Mechagodzilla. You remember these things? Die-cast metal toys with accessories and swappable parts and articulation up the ass. Wow. So, yeah. I haven't seen anything like this before. It's revolutionary. No. This guy. Now, this guy is fucking awesome. I mean, it's metal. Actually metal. Not because it's, you know, it's a robot. It's actually metal. The Mechagodzilla from MonsterArts, it's not metal. It's not metal. A few places have die-cast, no big deal. This thing is completely, you know, metal, die-cast, whatever. And, you know, that's my point. Well, these things aren't as revolutionary as people think. And for the price you're asking, you know, $10 over here, it's just a little ludicrous. I mean, yeah, you get what you pay for, but how can you say that in light of this again? $10! $10! They're only $10! And yet they're so well made. This is $60. And there are quality control issues, sometimes worse than this. Yeah, this has quality control issues too. But I don't remember ever seeing derpy eyes on a Reach figure or Space Godzilla that falls apart in the fucking box. I've heard more than one report of someone saying, yeah, I got my Space Godzilla and it fell apart in the box. Literally, it arrived to them broken. Or the hand's falling off. I can't get the hand back on. Or the tail spike is broken. I had to glue it back on. So no, these things aren't the perfect, you know, perfect toys everyone is making them out to be. They're great. They're awesome, but they are not the end-all be-all, you know, new revolutionary toy line that's, you know, flawless and everyone has to like them, or, you know, you hate it. I swear to God, some people, I'm getting accused by, you know, some people saying, you know, oh, you're afraid of the new toys. They're gonna, you know, make all your collection obsolete, and, you know, you're afraid of change and all this. You're, you know, are you fucking kidding me? Oh man, people. I have to deal with these people all the time. Well, that was depressing. Let's move on. This figure, it's gonna get a 10 out of 10 from me. Yes! 10 out of 10. But why? In spite of everything I said. Because the figure's awesome. I have no problem with the figure. Just the people and the drama surrounding it. Never before have we seen a toy line that generated so much hate, so much love, so much fanboy waking, so much hype, so much drama. And we don't know why. It just does. Everyone's been waiting for this. It's finally here. But then, people, they blow it out of proportion. You know, good things can be ruined by fanboys. Good movies can be ruined by fanboys. Good comics can be ruined by fanboys. Because the fanbase turns people off. It makes them think, wow, these people are complete losers. They're idiots. They're stupid. I don't want to associate with these people. And whatever it is they like, I don't want to get into that because it turns people into something else. But I'm going off on a tangent here. Ha-ha! Alright. Let's get the fucking crazy goggles off. And try and conclude this fucking forever going on review. I am sorry that this turned out the way it did, but I had a lot to say. I had a lot to talk about. But maybe you enjoyed this review for being so different. I hope you did. Because I had fun making it. I really did. I have a chance to talk about my opinions here. This is what this video and reviews are for. I can talk about my opinions as freely as I want. And I wanted this review to be something different, other than the 300 fan-wanking videos you see of this thing, or it's the same thing. Detail's great, paint job's awesome, articulation's great, I love it, 10 out of 10, perfect stars. And yeah, I'm giving it a perfect stars too, but I have other things to say. Like, the reason I'm giving it a perfect 10, I am not counting the accessories. You know why? because they were going to make a release where the accessories don't even come with the figure. So it's almost a moot point now. Accessories, who needs them? You come for the figure. The accessories are an extra, and if that extra, is a terrible extra, then fuck it. Fuck it. Not even worth talking about. I mean, I thought it was worth talking about because I had a lot to bitch about. But what can you do? It's a review. That's what you do. You bitch at something for fucking 10 minutes, 30 minutes, half hour, whatever. And then people call you a fanboy, a loser, and all that stuff. And that's great because I get more views. I'm sorry. Okay, batteries dying on me. Better wrap this up. I'm rambling now. What am I saying? Who am I? What are you people doing here? Where's my cow? Okay. Figure. 10 out of 10. Great detail. Great paint job. Articulation fucking awesome. You can do whatever you want really with it. It looks great. The accessories are fucking shit though. And the fanboys, just ignore the hype. That's all I gotta say. Ignore the hype. This is a good figure, but ignore the hype. Vinyl figures aren't going anywhere. And to suggest that is not to be, afraid of change. My collection is going to be rendered obsolete. Vinyl figures are fine. Everyone's been collecting them for God knows how long. No little, toy line like this is going to come around and change that. Okay, we might get a lot of monsters. Fucking great. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Don't act like this is the future and everything's going to be, this from now on. I really don't think so. It would be great if we got all the monsters in this form and like this. That would be fucking fantastic. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch, Let's not start making space just yet for that future MonsterArts Batra that may or may not happen. Alright? I mean, Batra, they hinted at a Mothra, so we might get Batra, but that's for the future. We don't know. This line could suddenly just cancel out of nowhere. We don't know. Okay? So just my advice, take them as they come out for what they are. The Godzilla, it's great. Don't compare it to anything else. If they come out with more great, just be, that's how I think. Think a Godzilla, awesome. A Mech Godzilla, awesome. A Space Godzilla, awesome. I'm not planning for the future, to have a whole shelf dedicated to this shit. I take them for what they are as they come out. If a new one comes out, great. If it doesn't, oh well. I have alternatives. I can live without them. That's my opinion. Thank you for listening throughout this whole entire bitch fest. The figure, again, will get a 10 out of 10. I love it. It's great. I recommend it. Don't pay more than $70 for it, maybe even $80 if the shipping is really, up the ass. Well, whatever. It's a great figure. But don't believe the hype. I'll see you guys later, and hopefully we won't do this again. Goodbye.